Hey, it's Donny Walker. Whew, Sunday. Moving stuff to the new place up in Parksville. The place in Nanaimo here. You guys have all seen my friend in my yard here. It looks out of the ocean. Watch the ferries come in. Beautiful. You can see over towards the mountains by Whistler, Grouse Mountain, Vancouver. Beautiful spot here. Our deck is a $1 million view for sure. I cut the lawn here for the landlord a lot. I use this Husqvarna all-wheel drive mower. You know what? At first I thought all-wheel drive, what do people need all-wheel drive for? Like, what a goofy idea. But you know, this property, I love this thing. I got a slanted big chunk of grass over there by the road that's angled down. And I tell you, just walking this along with one finger, basically using the controller for the drive, it works perfect. Back here, the little bit of the hill and stuff, and the heavy grass, works great that way too. It's got one of those newer series Briggs on it with those plastic carburetors, but you almost gotta put a new main jet in those or clean those carbs once a year. Any little bit of fragments of the fuel line debris or debris out of your gas tank will clog those little jets in there. They get such fine jets for emissions, for pollution control, right? So yeah, not like those old ones like you seen bucking with that old mower, right? That thing's like from the early 60s. So that old steel tank, diaphragm, carb on it. Those things, they got huge jets in them. They'll run forever even if they're all greened up. These ones, these newer engines with the emission controls, you really got to be on top of the carburetors and run clean fuel in them. So yeah, and you know what? Everyone's got a different grass cutting method, eh? Like, tell me, what is actually the proper way? All I do is, wherever my mower's pointed, I just keep going straight, so I don't have to do so many turns. So I'm like, my lawn looks like the ZZ Top logo, right? This way, that way, you know? Nothing like a baseball field where they drag the striper behind or whatever, right? But I've let this one get on a little bit, so it's pretty high. So I got the wheels adjusted up pretty much to the high zone and just mulching it. I always mulch my grass. I always have. I don't know. I used to bag, and it was like, what a pain in the butt it was, man. You got to empty the bag, and every row here I'd cut, I'd have to empty the bag. So you know, what am I gonna do with it? So I just set it on high and mulch it. It's the best way to do your lawn. It puts more nutrients in your lawn too, but you shouldn't let it get so away from you like I have here. But if I had the perfect lawn, I would mulch like you would do with a Husqvarna auto mower or the still, what do they call theirs? IMO, I think. IMO? I don't know. I think that's what they call it. Anyways, they're pretty sweet to have those robotic ones that can go out and do it for you. But yeah, well, that's laziness, eh? Get off your butt and do it. It's not that big of a deal unless you got a huge property, you don't have much time on your hands. I've seen lots of commercials. There was this one ad I remember years ago from Husqvarna where the owner of the property and his wife were just sitting on the porch having their wine and some crackers and cheese, and the mower's out there doing its thing, eh? Funny. They even have some now that with a Bluetooth thing where you can it'll just be mowing when you're not even home. But they've always kind of had that. But this new one, you don't even have to put the perimeter line system in your ground around the property. It works on GPS, so it's mapped out your property already in the way you go. Wicked. And they even have like an all-terrain type auto mowers now too, the Husqvarna. They've had those for years, you know. I remember back probably 25 years ago, I was at the Husqvarna factory, and I was sitting in this window, and I was looking out on these roofs of the factory, all these different buildings of the factory, and I was like, what the heck are those things out there? And my buddy's like, oh, those are auto mowers. We're just testing them. We just let them run around the roofs all day just to see how they do. We put them in like these modes, right? And I'm like, oh, that's so cool, man. But yeah, they've been out for a long time. People don't understand. The Husqvarna auto mower has got to be the best one, I think. Lots of other companies are into it now, but their technology and their development is, I would say, is probably the best. Yeah. I know Still owns part of that green company now. What do you call those, that battery stuff? Go Green or IMO or no, that's not IMO. That's their product. But they own part of that green battery system stuff now. That's the way it's all going, man. You're not gonna have to be. There won't be any lawnmower mechanics and trimmer mechanics and saw mechanics out there, and maybe after I die. But yeah, you just be replacing circuit boards and batteries, eh? What are you gonna do with all these batteries, though, eh? Has the government and the environmentalists really done a good study of this, man? Like, what happens with all this stuff? Like, even right now myself, I got batteries for my Makita impacts, my drills, a light I have. Everyone's got it for everything these days. Their mowers, their trimmers. Where are you gonna put that stuff? Hey, is this some sort of landfill and it leaches out and kills more stuff? People have been on the environment about loggers and stuff for years. Logging communities up and down this island and the province, and almost probably all the world. I'm not just saying we're the only ones here, but we're as much of an environmentalist as any of those Greenpeace people or anything. I've worked in logging camps and lived in small communities. We all have salmon reed enhancement programs, and we take care of the wildlife where we're at. A lot of people were living off the land in the logging camps when they were years ago. They hunted deer, elk here, bear, cougar, fished, right? Like, we want as much fish as everyone else does. Why would we want to wreck the creeks? A lot of it was the government. Hey, it's not just our country. The government controlled the way we did it, and a lot of logging companies kind of said, no, we don't want to do that. But the government's like, oh no, we got to do that. We got to get in there and get that money so they can make the money off their what they call the stoppage fee. Hey, people don't understand that. So I'm not knocking environmentalists. I'm as much as one as the rest of them, but you gotta be reasonable about stuff and understand stuff. Everything's a circle. It's a life circle, right? We harvest the trees. We create paper to write on, medical garments, food products, you name it. People don't understand how much stuff comes from fiber of wood and wood itself. Like, they even started making more stuff out of wood in some countries that had a lot of earthquakes because metal and concrete structures would just all crumble and just suffocate you. Where a lot of wood products will kind of stand up and support you a bit. I don't know where I'm going about that, and I started just talking about my lawn, eh? Anyways, yeah, I'm sitting here cutting my lawn with my all-wheel drive Husqvarna, having a Gatorade, and hanging out here tonight in Nanaimo. Be back up in Parksville tomorrow. Moving some more stuff to the new house there. Fozzie Bear is running around here like crazy. Hey, Foz, come here. Foz, you want a treat? Foz, want a treat? Come here. Come here. Come here. Up you go. Oh, yeah, there you go. Say hi to everyone. Hi, everyone. Okay. Donny Walker's been rambling, but you hear what I'm saying about that kind of stuff, eh? Yeah. Saw in the wood, stick in the ice, rubber in the road. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I missed doing the TGIF on Friday. I've just been kind of busy. But have a good rest of your day and have a prosperous week and be kind to everyone. Have fun. Bye now. Can I get up? Yeah, I got Gatorade.